Facebook Live, man. We're with the champs today. We're with the champs. Here we are. We got tag my friends. Let's see. So we have Timmy Austin, 1992 Olympic teammate, right?
Yeah.
And Larry Donald, 1992 Olympic teammates in the USA Boxing. So I want to have you guys tell me who was on that 1992 Olympic team.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Just tell them. Tell them who we got. Who's on it?
We have Larry Donald,
Larry Donald.
myself, Chris Bird,
Raul Marquez,
Raul Marquez.
Eric Griffin,
Who?
Eric Griffin,
Eric Griffin.
Vernon Forrest,
Vernon Forrest. Some guy, was De La Hoya on the team?
Oscar De La Hoya.
Oscar De La Hoya was the gold medal winner.
Right.
Yeah.
Willie, what was his name?
Heavyweight.
No, he was 139.
I don't remember everybody up top, bro. I can't think of.
All right, so Timmy, tell him it. You was a bronze medal winner in the 1992 Olympics, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
I won the bronze medal in '92, and I got thumbed in the eye
Yeah.
early in the match.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I lost on points, and
I got you.
received the bronze medal.
And you got. When did you win your first world title?
1998, I became the IBF featherweight champion of the world.
Featherweight world champion. And how many title defenses did you have?
I had 10 title defenses.
Wow. That's pretty good. That's good. All right, Larry, when did you start boxing, Larry?
I started boxing in 1987.
How old was you?
I think I was, how old was I? 20? 20?
What about you, Tim?
19.
I started in 1981. I was about 9 years old.
And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes there's a difference. Remember we was talking about that? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. How many amateur fights did you have, Larry?
I had about
Approximately. I'll have to Google.
78 amateur fights.
What about you, Timmy?
About 122.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Fight.
Amateur fight. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So,
my thing was,
go ahead, Larry.
before I got started, I asked a young guy, what do it takes to go to the Golden Gloves? Because I really didn't know anything about the National Golden Gloves. It was about the Golden Gloves. What do it take to go to the Golden Gloves? And if he would have told me that, I had to have a certain amount of fights, then that would have broke my spirit. But when he said, you just have to be good. And that's all I needed to hear. I just, you just have to be good.
What about you, Tim? You guys both were in the
I was
Cincinnati.
always good.
Was it Cincinnati Golden Gloves?
Cincinnati Golden Gloves.
Yeah. You won. So you guys both won the gloves at the same time?
Yes, in 89.
89
National
both.
Golden Gloves in 89.
Only thing about him and me is that I was in a lower weight class and he was a heavyweight. He always had fights, and sometimes.
Some you did. Yeah, you'd have walkovers.
I
Yeah.
did have a walkover.
Yeah.
To the bag, and I got to see these guys
Fight.
and I make it to the. I may become like a runner-up and so forth, and they got to fight for big runner-up.
Yeah.
It's
It's
a
big
lot of
stuff.
weight classes.
Yeah.
Heavyweights was always.
Well, you think about it, Larry. How many world champions come out of here in Cincinnati, Ohio? How many world champions? I mean, we've had a lot of great fighters out of Cincinnati. Broner, right? Aaron Pryor, Ezra Charles,
Three-time Olympian
Rossi Warren.
and then you got Duke Reagan also.
Who was the really good amateur from Cincinnati?
Rabe Springs. He was an awesome fighter. Tommy Ayers was an awesome fighter.
Tommy Ayers. There's throwing up names now.
And we had Sonny Long, and Jeff Whaley.
Wasn't there another one, but he didn't do very good in the pros? Ricardo Williams. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Great fighters. Yeah. So what's your impression of Cincinnati boxing?
We have some great fighters here. I mean, you know, we go way back as a Charles, and you know, it just go on from there.
So listen to this. In 1976, Aaron Pryor, they didn't have those Golden Gloves here for Aaron Pryor. So he come to a place called Indiana. You ever heard of it?
Yes.
And he wins the Golden Gloves in 1976, and then he wins the Nationals in the finals when he beat Thomas Hearns in the finals in 1976.
Now, was that at the Black Expo?
Well, he won the gloves there in Indianapolis. I don't know, it could have been the Civic Center, it could have been whenever. You know what I'm saying? But it was Golden Gloves. So he wins the Golden Gloves, and then he goes to the Nationals and becomes an Indiana National Golden Glove champion in 1976 for Indiana because he beat Tommy Hearns in the final. Won 132 pounds.
But he lost to
In the Olympics, Howard Davis Jr. Yeah. He lost to Howard Davis Jr. in the Olympics. Yeah, he's another great fighter. Yeah, you think about that 76 team. And I think he was like an alternate on that team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so, yeah, he was an alternate. So you think about those great teams. All right. So, Larry, how many pro fights did you have? What was your record? 40, 42, 3, something like, what was your record? 43 and 2?
40.
See, I ask these guys, man, it gets tough. Timmy, how many fights?
Let's just say 40, 45 and 5.
I was 45 and 2 with 3 draws. How many draws did you
I
have?
was 40, was that 42 and
I have to look it up. I have to
I
look
think
it up.
I had,
I posted it the other day.
I think I had, what, 3?
You lost to Riddick Bowe.
I lost to Riddick Bowe.
You lost to Klitschko.
I lost to Klitschko and Povetkin.
Pavecki. Those are your only 3 losses, right?
and Kurt Johnson.
You lost to Kurt Johnson?
Kurt Johnson's 4.
4.
That's only part
He was 46 and 4.
46 and 4.
Right.
Okay, 46 and 4.
Exactly.
And your 2 biggest wins was beating heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield
Evander Holyfield
and
Tim
Witherspoon. Yeah. Now, Timmy,
464.
who'd you win the first title from? Who'd you win your first title from?
Mobutu Botili.
Think of those names.
Yeah, I know, right? That's impressive.
It must have been from me. Yeah, I was like, I can't even think about it. Yeah, you think about these guys.
He was a great champion.
Yeah.
You know, he's from South Africa, and he was a devastating puncher.
Yeah.
He had a hell of a talent, abilities, you know.
What, you held the title for like 9 years, right? 9 consecutive.
Yeah, 10 years.
Right.
10 years. I mean, that's hard to do.
It's hard to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's consistency. You know what I'm saying?
I came out of the amateurs as a 112 and like making 118. It was like still being in the amateurs, making a little weight class.
Yeah.
And then get these opportunities to get big and things like that. So I had to learn that discipline for a long time just to have the title. Keep that weight class.
Now, didn't
I mean, staying low.
didn't Snowell train both you guys?
And Snowell, he trained both of them.
Train both you guys.
That's right.
And I later on in our career, because I was like 7-0 when I met Aaron. I was about 7-0.
Jerry Page is on here on Facebook. Aaron Pryor beat Tommy Hearns in the Golden Gloves in Miami. It was quite. Yes, I know he beat him in Miami, but he won the Nationals for Indiana. He represented Indiana, Jerry. And we love you, brother. Jerry Page, 84 gold medal. Was it Jerry Page any good?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he inspired us, you know, when we was amateurs and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It was him.
We were just talking about the Columbus games, right? The Columbus. They had that great tournament over there in Columbus. Which one was it? The Columbus, Ohio State Fair. That fact, damn.
Part of that, champ.
I fought in Ohio State Fair twice.
Did you win it?
Won it twice.
Won it twice? What about you, champ?
1-1.
Okay.
I broke my thumb in the first time I was there.
Yeah.
And I learned how to fight with one hand. But it was experience, so I made it the second time I won it.
I got you, man.
But you know, my first big win was when I fought Balava in the World Championship
in
1992.
1992.
Right before going to the Olympic Games.
Okay, so you won. That was your biggest career as an amateur, right? Your
Right.
biggest win was winning the
World Championship.
World Championships, and yeah, that's hard to do.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, we were just looking at you're going through all these fights and seeing that the bracket, the guys that you had to fight and beat and stuff is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I look back on that and I be like, wow. I wish
Yeah.
I can go back in time.
If I can turn back time, I'll play that song later
Yeah,
today.
ain't nothing like youth.
Yeah, you got it. You know, we got.
You really notice it once you get up in age.
Yeah. You know, the thing about it is you know, I try to show people greatness, and I know there's a lot of greatness here in Cincinnati, Ohio. I did my greatness tour in Columbus. I got Jerry Page, Buster Douglas, told them the story. You know what I'm saying? John Johnson's the manager, JD's the trainer, and we turned that all into story. So Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame. That's what it's about. It's about a story. It's about knowing the sport and respecting the sport and giving the props to the guys who did it. As simple, Timmy Austin. I mean, a lot of people hadn't heard of him, but here's a guy who had 10 title defenses. And we're over here talking about high school basketball. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm like, they'll never match that level. You know what I'm saying? They'll never be on HBO fighting Riddick Bowe. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest platforms in boxing. You know what I'm saying? So the Riddick Bowe fight. All right, I got to ask you. All right. So you remember he sucker punched you, right?
All right.
Now okay. Do you want to sucker punch him back now? That's what I gotta ask. I mean, you know what I'm saying? What would you have to say to Riddick Bowe?
Bo, you my man. You my man, Bo.
I got you. Okay.
Keep doing what you doing.
Yeah, he's doing good stuff. So, what would you say your biggest fight as a pro was, Larry?
My biggest fight as a pro, I believe, was Jeremy Williams and Evander Holyfield.
He beat Jeremy. What was that on HBO or what's that on?
That was on Wide World of Sports.
Wide World of Sports.
We was the last to fight on Wide World of Sports.
Okay. What about you, Timmy? How many times you fight on TV?
I ain't like TV.
You didn't like TV?
No, I never really liked TV. I didn't really care about being in attention for TV. So whenever they showed me, I was always surprised that I was on TV.
It's all right. Did you fight on HBO?
I did. I fought on Boxing Out the Dark a few times.
See there? And did you fight on HBO?
I fought on HBO,
Showtime? Showtime? ESPN? ESPN? USA Network? What about US Net? Remember USA Network back in the days? Yeah, I know. Sometimes it covered a little bit lower levels, you know what I'm saying? The big ones were HBO and Showtime. If you made it to HBO and Showtime, you were high level, you know what I'm saying? That's for the boxing after dark.
A lot of undercards, like Chavez and Mike Tyson and Trinidad.
Then that's part of it, you know what I'm saying? Because of the lower weights, they don't get the attention as the other weights, but it doesn't make any difference. You're on there showing your showcase. Tell them about the time you got your jaw broken.
Well, I think it was a payback for being a youth. You just being bad. God had to pay me back.
Pay you back.
And he said, I'm going to humble you. And for you to be successful, you got to take this for humbleness.
Yeah, I got you.
And then it happened. So
Yeah.
I never tried to pay attention. But I know constant punches can come and destroy me. So I'd rather die in something I believe in instead of being out here on these streets and die in something that I didn't believe in. So if it was to happen with one punch and it was that close for it to happen, I just did something I believed in.
Now, didn't you fight a couple of Angelo Dundee's guys?
Yeah, Arthur Johnson.
Arthur Johnson.
Yeah, Aaron Snowwell had a lot of fights against Angelo
Dundee.
a few
Yeah.
times. So
Yeah.
when I fought Arthur Johnson,
You beat Arthur, right?
yeah, it's real challenging with strategy.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, but
What do you got to say to Aaron Snowwell today, man?
Well, and I wish he was here.
Yep. We'll see what. So we got Tito. He's Tito says hello. Uh, Jonathan says hello. John Hersey said hello. See, look, he's answering the phone, doing his thing now. He don't know about your interview. All right, we're gonna say it again. Greatest fighter ever. Greatest fighter ever that you liked.
Muhammad Ali.
Floyd Mayweather.
Okay, man, that's all right. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear who you like. Yeah,
Floyd.
I got you.
Man.
I got you. That's no problem. So, your greatest career, how many world champions did you fight? Klitschko's world champion?
Klitschko.
Holyfield?
Holyfield.
Witherspoon?
Kim Witherspoon.
Riddick Bowe?
Riddick Bowe. Povetkin.
Was Povetkin world champion?
Yes, he was world champion.
I don't know. How about you, champ? How many world champions?
I can't think.
You got those tough names too, because they're all, yeah. And then you get them overseas names.
You know, it's just like trying to remember the first name is harder than the last name.
All right.
Hard to say.
Your greatest moment in your career, your greatness, the greatest moment you felt was in your career.
When I beat Evander Holyfield.
Okay.
That was
You're
I
great.
believe my greatest moment.
What about you, Timmy?
Become the world champion in '98.
98, becoming a world champion. How was that feeling, becoming a world champion?
Awesome. It was an awesome feeling.
Yeah.
Where, you know, hard work paid off, and it's just something you never want to take for granted either.
That's true.
So,
Yeah. What would you say to the young fighters, both of you guys out there today? What would you say to young fighters out there today?
Believe in yourself if you choose to do this sport,
Mm-hmm.
and don't let nobody tell you that you can't do it. Believe in yourself.
What do you think, Larry?
Train hard. Take advantage of the moment. Because, you know, if you don't, it's going to pass you up.
Yeah. And they don't understand something we don't get back. Here's what we print money. Money gets printed every day, but we don't get time. Nobody gets time back. You know what I'm saying? We can make money all day long. We can't make time. And God's got our number when we're going. So they got to when they got their time, they got to go for it right then.
And I would like to say this, there's nothing like youth.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing like youth?
Nothing.
No.
So one thing, it may be health, but, you know.
So how long did you fight? How long was your career? Amateur and pro?
My career was from
First amateur.
1987
1987.
to 2005.
So 3 decades.
Right.
What about you, Timmy?
I'm gonna say 3 decades. Also.
3 decades? Yeah.
You ain't no older. You ain't too far older than me.
So what was it like, you guys being teammates in the Olympics, over there in the Olympics? And where were the Olympics?
It was hilarious,
Yeah,
man.
it was awesome. It was nice.
It was the best of being a youth. One of the
And when you,
moments.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
92 Olympic
Being
teammates.
on top, being the top amateur as a youth. We lived only on the top. We was never. He was gold medal.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
Yeah, we was always
What was your greatest moment? Where were the Olympics at in 92?
Barcelona, Spain.
Spain. What was your experience in Spain with you guys?
Oh man, that was really something.
Who stood out? Who stood out the most of all the amateurs? You know, your amateur team. Who stood out? You thought was the most?
Griffin. Ed Griffin.
Yeah, probably Eric Griffin.
Yeah, Ed
I was the loudest.
Okay. What about De La Hoya?
He was quiet. He was quiet.
Quiet.
Yeah, he was a quiet guy.
He's a killer though.
He's a killer.
He always came in first running.
Yeah.
You know, we go running in the morning. He'd be the first one back.
Really?
He always the first one. So, you know, it was hard to keep up with him in track and field with him.
Where he excelled.
But, you know,
Great fighter.
Larry liked running with us, smaller guys, because it helps him run faster. So then I was wondering, you know, why Larry's footwork was so good.
Yeah.
Because he always tried to keep up with us smaller guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That 1992 team was pretty good.
He came along with me playing basketball too.
Straight killer.
He was a baller.
Straight killer.
I used to be.
All right, balling, shot calling. Could you played for Bobby Huggins? Could you play for Bobby Huggins? Bobby Huggins, all right, yeah. Bobby Huggins is a legend here in Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? For basketball, you know. Go ahead.
The Swapshaw, was he training with you?
Jackie Swashaw was my trainer.
There you go.
He's the guy that really, took me over the top. You know what I mean? I didn't realize how good I was until I got with him.
Now, when you was in the Olympics, how long was you guys gone? How long, guys, were you there?
8 weeks at least.
Yeah, we was
6 to 8
gone
weeks.
for about
We was in Hawaii.
probably a month and a half.
So the team bonding, how was the team bonding?
Oh, it was great.
Great.
Awesome.
What was your fondest memory of the 92 Olympics? With anything?
Just being around the guys and, making jokes and, just having
Yeah,
a
okay.
great time.
What about you, Timmy? I mean, I had the 72 Olympic teammates. I had a guy named Marvin Johnson who got the bronze in 1972, and I hung around Sugar Ray Seals who got the gold in 1972. And I put him on my podcast, and that was my very first podcast, all right? And they were talking about, the terrorist attacks and what went on there with the terrorist attacks. And the 72 Olympic teammates. Marvin got bronze, and Sugar got gold. But here's the thing. Marvin Johnson matured. So after he got bronze in 1972, in 1978, he had to fight Matt Parloff. Russell Peltz signed him. Russell Peltz signs him, and he fights Matt Parloff, who was a gold medal winner in 72, in 1978 for the WBA title, or the WBC, I'm not exactly sure. And he wins the world title and stops him in the 10th round over there in Italy to become world champion. Now Sugar, unfortunately with Sugar, he had eye surgery, and he had got thumb in the eye, and he ran into a guy named Marvin Hagler 3 times. And he fought a draw with Marvin Hagler in 1974. Yeah, that's not easy to do. That's why I talked to Sugar Ray Seals the other day. He's back in Tacoma, Washington. So the 72. So this is exciting we go 20 years back, and now we got the 72 Olympic teammates.
I tell you, those was the days back then, you know what I mean? I had the opportunity to help knock down the Berlin Wall over in Germany.
Oh, wow.
Can't too many people say that.
No, you're right. What about you, Timmy?
Was you over there during that time?
No, I just like hearing them guys come back when they got stuff from like South Korea. They got like Gucci and Fendi and stuff on.
Oh, the food?
Vernon Forrest and all them guys,
Vernon Forrest, Oscar De La Hoya. Who else was?
A lot of guys.
Eric Griffin.
Ricky Hall.
What weight was Eric Griffin?
Eric Griffin was 116.
106? Yeah. And
He
then,
always sparred. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, who was 112?
I was at 112.
112, who was 118?
Sergio Reyes,
Then we go 125 or 126?
125.
Was that Oscar De La Hoya?
No, De La Hoya is 32.
Okay.
So,
We had like Ross Thompson.
Oh, Ivan Robinson.
Ivan Robinson. What do you, about my boy Ivan Robinson?
Ivan Mighty.
Yeah, 125.
Yeah,
Ivan Robinson.
mighty. Yeah, he's a great fighter too. He just made it in the Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame. Congratulations, great guy. Yeah, he turned around and fought a guy named Angel Manfredi on HB. I think that was a great fight, man. Yeah, great stuff. Yeah, it's high level. And it's what's funny is you guys go to the Olympics, you guys share the same atmosphere, you share the same experiences, and then you get to see them as they go into the pros and follow their pro career as well. Which makes it kind of interesting too.
Yeah.
Obviously, with the 92 team, who would have the greatest pro career?
Well, first, when I
De La
was
Hoya.
coming in the pros, these guys was already getting like title shots. They got title shots way before I even got an opportunity to fight for it. I fought for the title in '98, so you fought for the title around.
I fought for the title in '94.
See what I'm saying? Oscar and all them guys. they
But
always
by
fought
then
the
you're developed, you're ready to go,
yeah.
seasoned. Yeah, I would say De La Hoya had the greatest career on the '92 team. Not trying to be disrespectful to anybody.
No, I mean,
Because how many titles he won? 6.
he won 6.
Yeah, I mean he started out like he won 35. And he went to think about all the titles he won. He knocked out.
Oscar was tough, man.
Yeah,
Oscar was tough.
and he knocked out the
He became the
Ruelas
most
boys.
successful,
Yeah, he became and he's now what he's doing with his promotions, Golden Boy Promotions.
I know, we trying to bring fighters to him, give them the opportunity, man.
Yeah.
We bring these fighters to you, Oscar, give them the opportunity.
Then that's what it is. It is true. It's true. Yeah. But he's with Bernard Hopkins now, him and Bernard. And that's one thing I will say about De La Hoya.
Yes, the Austin kid he got.
Okay.
Kid Austin.
Yeah.
He's fight tonight, I think.
One thing I'll say about,
Say fight tonight.
yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about Oscar, whether he won or lost, he fought them all. He fought Shane Mosley. He fought them all. He fought Bernard Hopkins, even though he got beat. He fought everybody. So that's what it's all about. So when you got these guys avoiding each other, Spence and Crawford and some guys, I don't.
They drive me crazy.
But what I'm trying to say is, if you really want to, that's what makes these guys great. Is they take that challenge to be great. Even if they fail, they still take that challenge to be great. And that's what I don't think some of the other guys, that's what people are frustrated with in boxing. But I keep trying to tell them boxing's a business. It's really not who's the toughest guy sometimes. How long can I hold my belt? Because my belt's worth money, right? My belt is worth the money because we're getting the sanctioning from the WBA, the WBC. Here's WBA. WBA has been around 100 years. The WBC's been around since 1921. We got we got the WBC. We got the IBF started in 1983, and the WBO started in 1988. Them's the 4 big organizations there is, right there, the biggest. I don't recognize the other ones only because I like the other 4 because they're the top dogs. You know what I'm saying? They get the recognition. Yeah, and we fight for the greatest belts. Jose Suleiman. You know what I'm saying? And we fight for the greatest belts in the world, So I think every one of those presidents or co-presidents or whatever, vice presidents, should come into Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame, in my opinion, because it's the greatest belts ever. That's my opinion. Yeah. So we got Mauricio Suleiman coming in with your class, and yes, and he should. You know what I'm saying? His son, tremendous job he does at that WBC. That WBA convention, Guzman, I mean, that's off the chain, man. Yeah. Those conventions where it's at, man. And I'm going to hit the IBF and I'm going to hit the WBO this next year. But, I think it was great.
Yeah, I'm going to have to come to my local convention.
Now, did you guys stay in touch the whole time? Were you guys both from Cincinnati at the same time
Yeah.
when you went to the Olympics?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool, ain't it?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Because it was like,
Brotherhood.
who doing this in a city?
But nobody's doing that.
Who else doing it?
Nobody's going to the Olympics.
But I remember one time Larry was like, "Hey Tim, we need to have a fight in Cincinnati, and we're going to come out on." It was a Tupac song. We wanted to come out on this. Ain't nothing but against the party. We wanted to come out on that.
I got you.
And be on the same card together and just
Yeah.
blow our city up and just but it never came down to it. But we still got to have.
Well, there's some greatness here in Cincinnati. Aaron Pryor, you know what I'm saying? Ezra Charles, And that's where I get mad sometimes. Sometimes I'll go to some small town and their parents buy them a street with their name on it. I'm like, that doesn't compare to Ezra Charles or Pete Rose Way. It does not. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? But it's not even close. The Thomas Hearns or even Prince Charles Williams in Mason, Ohio. Tony Tubbs. I love Tony Tubbs. You know what I'm saying? There's another one we forgot about. He's a Cincinnati boy. Tubbs, Nate Tubbs, Nate Tubbs, Tony Tubbs. They all started right here. It's all Cincinnati. Yeah.
All great fighters.
Great fighters, doing great stuff, doing great things. Now, dude, was you with, who was your manager
For
for your career?
coming,
You had a couple managers, right, or no?
Steve Nelson.
Steve Nelson, Robert Middleman, and Carl King.
Carl King. And Middleman, Robert?
Right.
And who else?
Steve Nelson.
Steve Nelson. What about Timmy?
I was Carl King became my manager later after my few fights later.
Mm-hmm.
John Falcone, if you never heard of Falcone,
It's okay.
he was a trainer of mine as an amateur.
Yeah.
So he was like trainer, co-manager
Oh, got you.
prior to me turning pro. But
It's
after
crazy.
a while, Carl became my floor manager.
Now, did you get a fight for the WBC or the WBA title?
No, them guys wouldn't give me the opportunity.
Okay.
You know.
Plus, you defended the IBF for.
Yeah, I wanted to unify the titles and things like that as a growing, developing your career.
Yeah.
But I didn't get them opportunities.
It's okay.
They always ran. Johnny Tapia, he was the closest thing I was going to fight with. Manny Pacquiao moving up weight class to weight class. Manny skipped over my weight class, moved up 2 weight classes up. Johnny Tapia, unfortunately, we were supposed to have a fight together, but he committed suicide.
Yeah. God rest his soul. Johnny Tapia.
Oh,
We had it,
Yeah.
and that he was so frustrated, I guess.
All right, Ray. You ready? I got the question for you. I get this question all the time. Who was the better team, 84 Olympic team or 76?
76.
76.
Okay, I'm just going with.
We was on the 92. We was closer for the. They were saying we was the best team from the World War II Olympic team.
Okay. So I'm just trying to say, because every time I get around,
Became the worst team.
every time I get around Tarver, he talks about the 96 team. And with Mayweather and you know, and Antonio and you know how it is. Everybody's got their own team. And then Sugar Ray's telling me about the 72 team. I'm like, come on, man. Dwayne Bobbitt didn't even win a medal. You know, and I was like, come on, you know, I say, yeah, I start talking. Yeah. So you think about it. 84 probably had more world champions though, and had won more golds. And the 76 team, can you get any better than Sugar Ray Leonard, Howard Davis Jr., Leroy Randall, Michael Spinks, and Leon Spinks? Silver medal was Mooney. Mooney.
Yeah.
He's my Facebook friend. It's just his birthday the other day. Okay?
Yeah.
You think about that 70. And the bronze medal was a guy named Big John Tate. Big John Tate, who won the heavyweight championship. And Mike Weaver knocked him out in 1980 for the WBA heavyweight champion of the world. The 15th round, with 45 seconds left to go, he hit him with that left hook and knocked him out. You remember that? I'll never forget that fight. I remember I went with Billy Blues, and we were in Grand Rapids, and we went and got Mike Weaver at the airport, and I ran up there. I was like, Mike Weaver, and everybody's like, what are you going on about? He goes, I didn't even think anybody remembered me. Mike said that. I was like, yeah, 45 seconds. Yeah, Hercules Weaver. He got the nickname. He was Kenny Norton and all that stuff. Yeah. And that's how it
I
all.
was in training camp with his twin brothers. Mike Weaver got triplet brothers.
Yes.
I thought I was in training camp with Eddie Murphy. I was a little kid. Mike
Where-
Weaver got these brothers. They all look like they all triplets.
Where is your greatest training facility in your guys' opinion?
Man, I like the Army bases. I
Okay.
like the Army bases.
What do you think, Larry?
We can eat.
Trading.
I like Don King's training camp.
You was at Don King's in Ohio?
In
Yeah.
Ohio.
Yeah.
What you talking about? Is amateur or?
Both.
Man, it ain't not like the Olympic Training Center. You know that. You get everything.
Olympic Training Center.
You got
Where is that?
everything
Where is it exactly?
Yeah, that's up in Colorado Springs.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was nice up there.
there.
Well, you know.
The altitude was something different.
Yeah, that was something.
You had to get
Amazing.
that.
You know what I mean? I trained up there in Big Bear. That was nice.
Right. I never been there.
Yeah, I trained up there in Big Bear. and I got the call to fight Evander Holyfield.
Uh-oh.
And Klitschko, Holyfield was in town down in Los Angeles, and they had some type of show. And I told Klitschko, because Klitschko and them, they was doing something down there. You know, he was doing something. Evander Holyfield, Klitschko and them, they was doing something. And I told Klitschko, whatever you do, don't tell Evander that I'm up here in training camp.
This is hilarious.
That's what I tell him. I say, whatever you do, don't tell Evander that I'm in training camp up here training.
You know, that's some of the stories. Who was your roommate? Who was your roommate that you roomed with when you was at the Olympics?
Oscar De La Hoya. Oh,
Burn Forest.
Who was your? Yeah, who was it?
I roommate with Oscar De La Hoya.
How is
Eric Griffin.
Eric Griffin?
And Vernon Forrest.
What about you?
I was with Vernon Forrest, I believe. I remember me and Vernon was walking around in the facilities for the Olympics, and we seen O.J. Simpson.
That's what I'm talking about.
Vernon
Yes.
Forrest was like, "There go the juice." I'm like, "Who the juice?" Yeah, a little short, bow-legged, big-head guy coming towards us. I'm like, "Damn, that is O.J. Simpson." There was O.J. Simpson there. We met Carl Lewis, the track star runner.
Oh yeah,
You know.
that's some of the
What
great
was
stuff.
their names? The gymnastic teams.
Oh, yeah.
Who was the best one in '92? Oh
I
man.
don't know, but
But
you
they
know,
was all
I met
about
all
that
of them.
tall. All Jimmy. Oh man.
Good stuff.
The Olympics. What was cool? Cause we go like eat. They
What's the what?
had- they had every country in the world food you can go.
Oh, I know it.
So you can just.
Well, I would have passed on everything. I went to Burger King.
I went to straight.
Burger King. See there, yeah, that's me, man. I'm going to real all the place.
For me being at the Olympic Games, you know what I mean, I was like,
Tell us about the opening ceremonies. What the feeling like was for the opening ceremonies for
I didn't
'90.
go.
You didn't go?
Yeah. I didn't want to stand up.
I didn't go to the open ceremony because I had a fight coming up the next day.
Okay.
I said,
Yeah, I got it. So I asked Marvin.
I
Here's
was upset with myself because I didn't go, but I made sure I went to the closing in.
I was talking to Sugar and Marvin how they handled the terrorist attack. Remember the terrorist attack? How they handled it. Sugar Ray was concerned with his mom and dad. They were there. You know what I'm saying? He was concerned. Marvin Johnson said, I had a different approach. I said, what was your approach? He goes, I slept. He goes, I slept through the whole thing. Oh, and I asked Marvin, I said, Marvin, where is your bronze medal? He said, I don't know. I lost it, Craig. I said, how could you lose it? Did you lose it in a craps game or what? I mean, how can you, tell us what happened to your bronze medal. Come on.
Situation as a human being.
Gotcha.
And I just didn't want to have the carriage of trying to keep up with something material and have somebody rob me or steal it from me. So
You know, here's the deal,
it's
okay?
sports memorabilia now.
May 19th and 20th, we're doing the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame. 19th and 20th. And on the 19th, Aaron Snowell has your bronze medal winner, bronze. And Aaron Snowell has Marvin Johnson's bronze medal winner.
Wow.
We have your bronzes, and we're going to give them to you on Friday night before the ceremony.
Hey, that's,
Yeah. Ain't that it? Yeah, Snowell. I didn't want Snowell to tell you. You know what I'm saying? But Snowell went out there, and that's the type of person he is. You know, he's an ambassador of the whole sports, you know?
Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
give it to Larry because Larry can put it on the wall. I know where it's at.
I have all my medals
I
over
need you.
there.
I got you.
I know where this is at.
Yeah.
I worry about nobody.
Don't sell this one, okay?
Exactly.
If you do, make sure you give me half.
I got
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I mean, because that's history. Marvin Johnson, he's complete history. He is the franchise, the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame. You think Indiana? Who's the first guy you really think of?
Yeah.
Marvin Johnson. Marvin Johnson. Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously Hank Johnson was a trainer with the '88 Olympic team. You know, Layman Brewster knocked out Klitschko. Tom Boom Boom Johnson was the IBF champ. Tom Boom Johnson. He was the, and then we, got Lehman was the WWO. So we got everyone.
Right.
You remember J.B. Williamson?
Yeah.
Right.
J.B. Williamson won the WBC belt. And then he lost the title to Dennis Andres overseas in Europe.
You familiar with Tommy Ayers?
Okay, I want to hear Tommy Ayers. Just go ahead. Go ahead. What do you got?
Yeah. Well, I took the name, the Cincinnati Kid, from Tommy Ayers. When
That was your nickname.
that's my nickname as a professional
Okay.
fighter. So, Buddy LaRosa used to call Tommy Ayers the Cincinnati Kid, and I admired Tommy Ayers when I was a little kid.
So you took it.
Emmanuel Community Center
Yeah.
was what Tommy Ayers started out training
Mm-hmm.
when I was just a youth, and Tommy became a prodigy.
All right, man. Hey, we got Freddie Ladd on here. We got Pete Wood. We
What
got
up, Freddie?
Frank
What's up,
Martin.
Pete?
All right, Frank Martin. Frank Martin. He's rated number 2 by the WBA as a lightweight, and that lightweight division is loaded. Oh, I know it. With Garcia and Davis. It's a tough route to go. Yeah.
Say Freddie Ladd.
Freddie Ladd, that's man. Number 1 rated in the world, Freddie Ladd.
That's right.
You got it, man. This is good, great stuff here. Yeah.
You know, it's big for me. You know what I mean? I got my idol going to the Hall of Fame in Indiana.
Muhammad Ali. He comes
You know,
in.
he was known as the Louisville Lip.
Lip. So what was your nickname?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, my
Tell 'em.
nickname was, I guess, the Cincinnati Lip.
The Cincinnati Lip. No, what was your nickname? The Legend, right?
It was Speedy Young Larry, and then it became the Legend.
Okay. Speedy Young Larry.
Speedy Young Larry, and then
And
it
the
became
Cincinnati
Legend.
Kid. I got it. I
It
got
was
it.
the Legend.
I got you. I got you. Yeah. Now, let me ask you something. Your biggest win ever as an amateur?
My biggest win is when I won the World Championship in 1992 at the World Championship down in Miami, Tampa.
Who did you beat out to go to the Olympics? And who did you beat out, Timmy, to go to the Olympics in 92?
Oh, that's a
Aristide Clayton.
Who?
Aristide Clayton.
Clayton?
He ended up fighting on Mubu Botilli before I even fought. for the
See
title.
there? Who'd you beat to go to the Olympics? Because you got to beat out somebody, right? In that little, yeah.
Hey, man, I was beating everybody. Oh, my goodness.
Who did you beat? Who did you beat in '92 to go to the Olympics? Can you remember?
Box office.
Who was it?
Samson Pool
Was it
Yeah,
Samson
Samson
Pool?
Pool Hall.
Cut his hair through the fight.
Yeah,
Wow.
Steve Hall.
I guess it was Samson Pool Hall.
Wow, it's good stuff. Yeah.
My greatest highlight as an amateur was winning the Goodwill Games in 1990.
Oh wow.
You know,
Yeah.
that changed my whole
Perspective. Yeah.
You know, being ranked and all them things like that. That it got me to the top, number 5 in the world. And once I seen that I could make in the top 5, I could become 1. I'm going forward. So when you realize you was in the top 10, top 5 as an amateur, what makes you became number 1 champion of the world? What? Cause you had to stop beating everybody.
Well, for me, I realized when I fought against the American guys, I had them beat already. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But when I went across seas and fought against them guys, they really fought me. They fought me hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was like looking like, wow, these guys, they
You know,
different.
I just put out a video of Michael Spinks. Michael Spinks was our celebrity inductee 2020, okay? Spinks had a duel meet in 1976 with the Russians, and George DeFavis from Indiana was one of the coaches. Of course, there was many over there, but he's one of the coaches, you know what I'm saying? And he talked about how Michael Spinks is saying, man, next thing I know, I was on the floor. He said, I've never been knocked on the floor before. He starts talking about it. Yeah. Yeah, all kinds of crazy things. The guy started to do this hop and punch and stuff. And next thing you know, he said he punched me, and I got on the floor. He's like, he's hopping and punching. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? So he needed those matches against the Europeans to win the gold. What he basically pretty much said, which it was hard. You know, still hard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So in the Olympics, who did you lose to in the Olympics?
I lost to Bologna, the Cuban.
Yeah, he was a great fighter.
Right. I mean, I ran through the other guys,
Yeah.
the Russians, the Germans.
Yeah,
You know, I ain't had no problem with them guys.
it's just a Cuban.
Cuban.
I think that's what our team stressing over more, fighting the Cubans.
Cubans.
Yeah, I think.
But I wasn't stressing over the Cuban. You know what I mean? I saw my, you know, our team stressing over. I'm like,
Yeah,
man,
like,
I
man,
want
you
to
gotta
fight
fight
them
him.
guys. That's
Yeah.
who I want to fight.
Yeah.
If I'm supposed to be who I say I am, that's who I want to fight.
You
I
wanna
want
fight-
to fight the toughest guy out there.
Yeah,
And if that's the Cuban, that's who I want to fight.
yeah. It's almost like Jeremy Williams. You didn't sweat Jeremy Williams after fighting all those fights, right?
Right. Jeremy, you know, he got my respect.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Jeremy. Yeah,
He was tough.
he was a tough
You know
guy.
what I mean?
Yeah, I remember
He was
him.
the hardest hitting guy. You
At
know,
that,
one
at
of
that,
them, but
yeah, well, at that
you know,
time,
the other guys I really didn't get hit, but you know, he caught me real good.
yeah. What was the hardest you've been hit? You okay? So we got to know that, right? The hardest one to hit you. Go ahead. Who's the hardest
The
guy?
hardest one to hit me was Jeremy Williams.
Go ahead, Timmy.
I try not to get hit this much.
But who got hit you the hardest?
Mo Tilly, he broke my jaw.
He broke you.
He hit harder than that.
Yeah.
I was in there with a lion. Like,
Yeah.
he's a lion.
You know, I remember I was training for this what tripped me. I was training for Riddick Bowe's fight, right?
Yeah.
And I had a guy in camp with me. His name was Thomas Williams.
Okay.
And he came. I was over there doing my sit-ups, and he came over there to me. He said, "Man, you fighting Holyfield?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fighting Holyfield. I'm gonna put these hands on Holyfield." He said, "Man, Riddick Bowe don't really hit that hard, but he broke my jaw." Knocked my teeth out. I said, "Oh my goodness, where we get this guy from?" He said, "Riddick Bowe don't hit that hard, but he knocked my teeth out."
Oh, okay. All right. We pulling for the Bengals today.
Ain't no question.
Yeah.
I think
Hooray!
I see a Bengals. I see a Bengals.
Hooray!
Oh man. Hey man, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. It's been a pleasure coming down here to Cincinnati and seeing both you legends. It's been a pleasure to come down here. I can't wait for you guys to come to the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame. I can't wait for you to get your bronze medal. I can't wait for our, because we are honoring fighters. And I'm going to be honest with you. I go hit all the Hall of Fames. And they're like, well, you don't say nothing bad about this one or that one. I don't badmouth anybody. If you're honoring fighters and putting them, and saying good things about them, I'm cool with that because they deserve the recognition.
Well, I just want to give all the praise to, all my trainers that I have had.
Absolutely.
Jackie Swapshot, Billy Joyner, Aaron Snowwell, James Morton, Colin Morgan, Tommy Brooks. You know what I mean? All them guys was great for my career.
Go
I
ahead.
just want to say I knew Larry was going to be Holyfield. I just want to let you know. I knew you was going to be Holyfield, champ.
Who do you want to thank?
Appreciate
I thank them all. No one left out. There wasn't no favoritism about it. But thank you all that supported me as an amateur, as a professional. And
Some great stuff,
hopefully
man.
we can do it again.
Hey man, it's been a pleasure to Larry. I'm going to tell you, if I could just borrow that WBC belt for a little bit.
Oh man.
That WBC Continental belt is off the chain. You know what? And your artist skills are pretty dang good, Larry. Drawing a Sugar Ray Leonard Tommy Hearns 1981 first fight. That was off the chain, dude. Well, the best fight, best. Well, I'm gonna tell you the best round I ever thought was Marvin Hagler and Tommy Hearns, round 1, 1985. when them guys went at it. I mean, can you match that round? That was an amazing round. You know, don't get me wrong, some other amazing rounds, don't me, but that round one, that was the best 3 minutes, 9 minutes I ever saw in my life. Action packed, you know, bam. Hearns Hagler was hurt, bam. Then the cut, and then everything, you know, that was amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, hey, guys, I want to thank you so much, all right, for today.
I just want to give one shout out to, what time is it?
Hawk time.
Hawk time.
Hawk time it is, guys. Thank you.